What's up, everybody? How you doing? I'm Private Joey here. So I'm doing a Q&A because we hit 1,000 followers. Been a long journey, long road, and I'm happy that I appreciate everybody that has stood by me and hung out and become part of the community. I thank you so much, guys. So with that being said, I did go on Discord and I put in a question for the community so they could ask their questions about me, getting to know me more as a person instead of just a streamer, because I seem to be pretty private about my life. So I did get a list of the people that made the questions, and I'm just going to go from the top to the bottom. So let's start off with Ice Ninja. Did you ever learn how to backflip? And if so, can you show us? I never learned how to backflip. The closest thing I could do is like a little thing on the trampoline. I would fall on my back and then I would jump, I would fall on my back, and then I would land on my feet. So that's the closest. I've seen my brothers. I saw the things they did. I saw how hurt they got, and that just didn't make me want to do it anymore. So I wish I could do a backflip. That would be pretty good, but I don't. So Anook asks, what is the meaning behind my name? So the meaning behind my name, when I was in high school, I wanted to become part of the military. I was really set on going to the army. It was what I wanted to do. I wanted to serve my country. When I was in the process, I found out that I couldn't join because I had asthma. So due to that, I was not allowed, and so I decided that I was going to serve my community if I couldn't serve my country. So I kept the name to remind myself that that is what I wanted to do. As far as a streamer, I wanted to change it, but honestly, I think it's something that I've always been known as. So I decided, why not keep it in as streaming? So she asked how old I am. I said I am 35 years old. I will be 36 in August. What is your favorite color? My favorite color is blue, black, silver, and red, not specifically in that order. What do I do for work? I am a security analyst. We administrate tests for a variety of careers. What is my favorite drink? My favorite drink, I'm going to have to say, is water with lemon. And then blue ice for my energy drink. And she asks, what is your favorite movie? My favorite movie, I have a few of them. I'm going to have to go with Bird Box, Breach, and Man on Fire. She asks, if you watch any TV series, which are your favorites? It's Castle, Orange is the New Black, Gotham, and Quantico. I love those. As well as Burn Notice. I love Burn Notice. That was a binge watcher for me, was Burn Notice. She asked, what is your dream car? My dream car would be a Nissan GTR. Then she asks, what is your dream job career? My dream career would be to be a DEA, be in the FBI, or be in the Secret Service. I think that would be a lot of fun. So the next question she asked me is, what is the most interesting place I've been? I would say the most interesting place I've been is Hawaii. I really enjoyed that. It was a lot of fun. The people were really nice. The culture is amazing. The weather was great, and so were the beaches. She asks me if I travel often. Anook, I wish I traveled more than I do. I am blessed with my job that I get to travel once every 3 months. It could even be twice as 3 months, depending on how things are going to go, since some changes have been made. I wish I traveled more. I definitely enjoy it. How many states have you been to? I've been to quite a few states, and I wrote them down to help. But these are not all the states I've been to. I've been to Colorado, California, Texas, Nevada, Oklahoma, Florida, Washington State, Oregon, North and South Carolina. She asks, how many states have you lived in? I've lived in 3 states. I've lived in Texas, where I am now, lived in Nevada, and I was born and raised in California. Then she asks, what movie title describes my life? I don't really have a movie title that describes my life. I want to say when I was younger, the closest movie that would be able to match anything that I had went through, I want to say, is Stepmom with Julia Roberts. Who is your biggest inspiration? My biggest inspiration recently, actually, is Gary V. He is an amazing person. If you haven't checked him out, you should. He is very down to earth, very honest. He's just amazing. What is something you'll never do again? Something I'll never do again, I would say, is jump off the top of the stairs. When I was younger, I was, I think, 3. I jumped off the very top, like the apartments that my sister lived in. You would go up the stairs and there was a square, and then you'd have to turn right to go on the path. Well, I went outside those bars and I jumped because I wanted to try and fly like a bird. So, don't judge me, I was only 3. And I remember I was 3. She asks, what do you want to be remembered for? I want to be remembered for my honesty, because I'm very, very honest. Loyal, as well as caring and trying to stay positive, no matter what. It's not always that easy, but I mean, it's just I feel that that's the way it is. And another thing that I've learned that I would like to pass on to other people is, you can't control everything, and stressing about things that are out of your control is not going to change the outcome. So I know that there have been times in my life where people don't understand and they feel that I have no emotions when certain things happen. And it's because one time I ended up in the hospital because I was so stressed over a situation that was completely out of my control. And the doctor and I talked, and he told me, he said, you know, there's literally nothing wrong with you. And he asked me, are you stressing? And I said, yes, I'm stressing. And he said, is it something you can control? I said, no, doctor, it's not. He said, then stressing is not going to fix it. All it's going to do is kill you. And that's what it's doing right now. So from that day forward, I learned how to let things be. And there are times when things would happen, and I literally will say, it is what it is, because I know I can't control it, and my emotions are not going to change it. So that is something I would like to be remembered for, and also, you know, people to remember that about life, and to even pass that on. She asks if I have any piercings. I do not have any piercings. I used to have one in my tongue, a couple in my ears on both sides. And she asked me if any tattoos. I do not have tattoos. I am deathly afraid of needles. So there will be no tattoos here. So the next person who asked a question is going to be Resistant Ink. He asks, do you have a lover? I do have a lover. Her name is Lady Luanae. She is well known in this community, and I can tell you that I would not be where I am today, or as strong of a person as I am today, if it wasn't for her. So, thank you, babe. Well, with that being said, talking about her, she's next on the list. She asks a few questions. She asks, do all your exes live in Texas? And if so, is that why you moved there? No. None of my exes live in Texas, and that is definitely not why I moved here. Choose one, Star Wars or Star Trek. Star Wars, 100%. I didn't really ever watch Star Trek. When I did, I fell asleep. Star Wars kept my attention the entire time. Next question is, till what is your nearest McDonald's open? Because the one here never opens and closes on the time that is on the door, and it annoys the living fudge out of me. Well, the closest one is about a 3 to 4 minute walk, and it is a 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365 days a year open. So, you can have all them chicken nuggets that you want with your sweet and sour sauce. Her next question is, what is the first game you ever played on, and on what console? My first game I ever played was on an Atari, and I believe it was called Asteroid. I was very young. What made you want to be a gamer? I've always gamed ever since I was probably about 3 or 4 years old. It was always something that kept my interest. I can stay up for hours and days on end doing it, and I love it. So it's in my blood, I guess. Her last question is, choose one, ice cream or cake. I can't choose one because I love ice cream cake, so they have to be mixed together. So I know you know this. Nice question. You're trying to trick me. All right, so the next person is going to be P Ghost. His question is, what is the first game you ever streamed? The first game I ever streamed is going to be PUBG PC. That was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. He asks, what scares you the most? What scares me the most? I'm just going to say spiders, snakes, and even scorpions. Pretty much. Oh, and I'm scared of heights too. Pretty scared of those. As far as which one, I couldn't tell you which one scares me more. Probably, well, if I had to choose, I would say the heights. Because every time I think of heights, like, my hands get all sweaty like they are now. But when I think of snakes, spiders, and scorpions, I just want to make sure I have shoes and clothes on, so if I have to encounter one, I can deal with it to the best of my abilities. The next question he asks is, who is your role model and idol? And I think that goes kind of hand in hand with Nook's question, and that's going to be Gary V. Who is your favorite character in games and movies? I can't say for video games, but movie, no matter what, it's always going to be Batman. What superpowers you want and why? So there are two that I would pick. I would pick teleportation to travel easier, and my girlfriend lives in South Africa, so with her living in South Africa and me living in Texas, that would definitely help. And then the other one is to be able to read people's minds. And obviously, the reason for that is because I like to know the truth. I like to find out why things happened, and normally how they happened. So I think that's what makes me a good investigator, because I'm always curious to know. He asks, are you going to play in big tournaments in the future? I don't plan on playing any big tournaments in the future. It's really not my thing, as of yet anyway, but I've never really been given the opportunity, and I feel like I have a lot of growth before I can get there. And his last question is, do you have any plans on visiting India in the future? I do not have any plans of visiting India in the future, but trust me, P Ghost, I will be hitting you up when I find out that I am. The next set of questions is going to be from Sir Ricey Boy. Ricey Boy asks, what is your favorite food? I have a couple. I'm going to have to say tacos, sushi, lamb, and steak. And I can't tell you which one is my absolute favorite. I just can't, because they're all amazing. His next question is going to be Marvel or DC, and I'm 100%, 1000% going to go with DC because of Batman. His next question is going to be, am I with or against pineapple on pizza? I am with. His next question is favorite pizza toppings, and that is going to be Hawaiian, which also involves the pineapple. So, I have a few more questions from Passiflora. Have you ever encountered a snake in Texas? No, I have not. Thank goodness, but I don't go outside very often. Her second question is going to be, have you ever tried Texas persimmons before? I have not. And I know it's a fruit on the tree because I remember checking it out when you had asked me this. And then her last question is, do you play any RPGs like Final Fantasy? At this moment, I do not. I've looked at Final Fantasy and it's not something that's ever been able to keep my interest. Cecilia asks, I'm sorry to ask this question, but I'm very curious to know what your colleagues thought of your new haircut. Well, they liked it. One, they were forewarned because when they come in, they have to go through my office to get to the site. So I had to let them know. And then also I showed them a couple of the options of haircuts that I had picked out. So, but they said that it turned out really well. They liked it. I have a question, the last question from Reki J. He says, is turtle sex the most awesome thing ever? Now I know that if you are not part of this community, you're not going to understand this. It is pretty amazing. But you would definitely have to be part of this community to know what that is. It's not actual turtle sex. There's a soundboard that I have in the community. And it's actually, I got it from Reki J in his community. I fell in love with it when I heard it. It was hilarious. But yeah, it's pretty amazing. So, as far as the questions, that is pretty much it. So I'm gonna wrap it up right here. I do appreciate you guys hanging out, spending time, listening to me ramble on, answer these questions, get to know a little bit about me and who I am, my likes and my dislikes. If you're new here, press the subscribe button. Couldn't hurt, right? I'm gonna have some new videos coming out. And then press the like button if you liked it. I'm going to be doing some more videos, as I mentioned a second ago. I'm going to be doing one for the Las Vegas hike that I did, another one for my move, the little documentation that I did while I came here. But anyway, guys, I appreciate you guys and everything that you guys do. The support is amazing in my community, and if you are new to this channel, like I said, hit that subscribe button and hang out with us. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. We'll see you guys later. Thank you.